Hello and welcome to testing of the module that I made for a game I'm working on. It's a type of a RPG kind of a game where you're gonna make your party of explorers going all around the world trying to investigate all kind of ruins, cave systems, hidden cities and so on. The game is set in a Cthulhu universe, and it's set in the 1920 as a year, and it's a bit of a dungeon crawling with managing your company and saving the world in the process. So uh, to skip the part where you have to make so much things, because when I tried to record this first time, it took me like a half an hour just to explain everything and how that works. So I just skipped the part where you're actually making a company, but I'm gonna tell you what we have here and what you need to have to play this game. So first of all, game is gonna come with the maps. This is the map of Europe. This is the continent that I have chosen to play on. By the way, game comes with 7 continents, so you can go all over the world. But for this test of the module, we only have Europe for now on. Each map is gonna come with some countries you can visit. Like on this map, we have 10 countries, and some special actions that are connections just to that map. Also, you're gonna need a piece of paper where you're gonna draw your dungeon. You can use A4 standard piece of paper. I spawned a bigger one because it's really hard to draw things in this mode. I mean, tabletop simulator is not really for drawing. It's easier if you do this like in real life. You're also going to need a calculator. I guess that's something that's gonna help you to track your money status. You're gonna need one deck of cards, any kind of deck. Well, some says it's a French deck of cards. Well, standard deck of cards. But you're also gonna need 2 jokers. Since this deck didn't have any jokers, I made them out of these aces using the decals. You're gonna need one d6 dice, one d10 dice, and one custom die called Mythos die. We're not going to use it during this playthrough because I don't have a stuff that is connected to the die written yet. Also, the lots of things I have here beside my computer written in the notebooks, and if you hear like shuffling of pages, that's me just going through trying to find what I need to roll for. Usually this will all come into the book. So I made a fancy business card, which it comes with a book. You can just print it out, and you need to fill the name of your company, where it's set, in which city, and when it's established, because there is a time tracking in this game. So this is basically 1929 month and 21 day. That's when my company starting in this whole adventure. Also, you're gonna get this chart where you're gonna track your list of employers and your party members. They are split into main characters. I put myself in as an explorer. Then you're gonna write your allies. You can actually write ally beside the names if you want to. I didn't. I just put them up, and like in reserve list where you also have some workers. Each worker, I mean regular worker, cost $40 to recruit. So this cost me like these 4 workers cost me like $160. You just paid once and that's it. This is a warehouse chart. This is where you're gonna store some items. Right now I don't have anything, but if I buy something, I'm gonna store there. Your vehicles and machine, and I just forgot to write them down. I actually bought 1 car and 1 lorry. Now you're gonna need some cars and lorries if you want to travel around the world. You can also buy some advanced stuff like a boat, airplane, zeppelin. There's some things you can buy, and what is important is how many people they can carry and how many storage they have on them. So that's how much you're gonna bring back into your warehouse. Right now the car can carry 4 people, but no storage of any kind. So I have to also bought a lorry which can carry 2 people and have storage space of 6. So I can get back 6 items in my warehouse. Relics or artifacts, that's what we actually looking for. This is my current bank account saldo. This is all what is left. Since I took my company is working for the mob, I'm a mobster, so I have actually $3,000 to spend. I spent some of my recruiting people, buying vehicles. Also I spent on this guy. I bought him a pistol. It cost me $250. I'm gonna explain how you make these allies. And also for myself I bought a lantern, which is important because some rooms have a darkness effect. If you don't have a lantern, that's minus 220 attack rolls, so it's really hard to do anything in dark. Also I bought 3 lockpicks. By the way, they come in 3, so that's the minimum you can buy to open some locked doors if you find any. For myself I bought a submachine gun, a Tommy gun. It cost me almost as my lorry but yeah, it is pretty good. Whenever I roll for attack I also roll a d6, and if I roll any 6 I can actually kill multiple enemies. Like I can roll d6 again and see how much enemies I can kill at once. But that only applies to vermins and minions. For the horrors and creatures, that's completely different thing. Still, it's really good against these little monsters. This is my current level. Level 1. I am Explorer. Explorer is a class that can start with 2 skills. Usually you just start with 1 skill, that is skill of your class. You have a skill tree. Now my class skill that I took is Observant, which give me a reroll whenever I do a search action. So I can search if I don't like what I found, I can reroll and I get the second roll is mine. I'm gonna use whatever I find. Also, as an explorer, I can also take skills from different skill trees. So the explorer is like a multi-class. So I took a military training from the mercenary class or the hired gun class, which means I have a +1 to all combat rolls. So it doesn't really matter what kind of weapon I use. I always have a +1 to combat rolls. I should have written that somewhere, but it's close on my table in front of me, so I'm not gonna forget. Alright, so right now I didn't made my character yet. I didn't wrote all my attributes. This is what you start with. Explorer has a sanity of 4. That's his starting sanity, and that's like locked unless you level up and spend some points. Also, this is what you start with, all 3s in your attributes, and then you have 3 points to spread around whenever you want. So that's the first thing we're going to do. Let me just make this a bit smaller. Let's take some red color. So the first thing, I think I'm gonna add 1 point to my physique. So I'm gonna have a 4 there, and I'm gonna put 1 point to my competence. So I'm also going to have 4 here, and I have 1 more point. Should I put 1 in courage or in competence? No, I'm gonna put another 1 in competence. So my competence will be 5. Alright. So these are my actual stats. Now, your endurance is sum of your physique and courage. So my endurance is going to be 7. It is important whenever you take some something attacks you and you need to take damage, it's really going to depend on your endurance. Something like armor class, consider it like that. Alright, and that's all. I just need to explain these allies. So all of these workers you can convert into allies, basically. Like right now I have Didimo, which is driver, this guy here, Gianni, which is mobster, this guy here, and I have a Salvatore and Anna, but they are just workers, they are not converted into allies. So allies are the guys you can pick up and they can walk with your main character. Right now I'm playing the solo. You can actually play this multiplayer with other party members, but when you're playing a solo you can take two allies, but when you're playing in the party you can take only one ally per player. So I took one guy that is a regular guy. This is basically something that you always can make worker like this. You roll a d6 and remove one from each roll. I got these. You write his sanity, physique and courage, his endurance. So I got this Dynamo Grisanti that is just a driver. I bought him a pistol. He's gonna come with me. And this guy here was a special ally that I can recruit only if I took the mob as my sponsors. Let's call them sponsors if I'm working for the mob. So he's a mobster, and he comes with a revolver, and that's his only thing that's special about him. The rest you also roll, and he starts with 2 sanity, and this is what I got. So now important thing, because I'm working for the mob, I have some restrictions. First of all, I did got like 1,000 more money, and I have these mobsters that can work for me. The problem is every time when I finish my dungeon crawling part, when I finish exploration of some kind of the tomb or temple, if I don't have artifacts or things that I found, if I can't pay at least $500, the mob's gonna come after me because they want, they want their investment back. So I'm basically working for them and bringing them money, but also everything over the 500 I managed to get is mine to do with it as I wish. The another thing that mobs gives me is contacts. They have lots of contacts, so whenever I have to do some actions on the map, like find buyers or something, I can actually do that for free. But as I said, I'm not actually free. I have to bring the money, or otherwise they're gonna whack me. Well, the first time if you don't manage to pay, you have to kill one of your workers, and the next time if you don't manage to pay, well, you have to kill, well, they're gonna come after you. So that's one thing. So let's do these settings, and then I'm gonna show you how to make your dungeon you're gonna go through, and then in the next video we're gonna go through this dungeon because I want to keep this video short, otherwise it's gonna be probably more than a half an hour or an hour video. So how do you start the game? Well, I made my company, I made my character, my allies, I prepared everything. The next thing you start with is 3 sites gonna be on the map where you can go and explore them. So first site is always a cave system. That's the basic site, and you're just going to roll to see in which country it's gonna be. In this map I have 10 countries, so I'm gonna roll D10. Okay. So let's see. The cave system, the worst of the kind. That is country number 3. Oh, that's actually in Italy. That's in my country, so I don't have to move away too far. So I'm gonna just make a cross, or let's make a cross here. So that will be a cave system. I have these little tokens. I'm just gonna use them up. Actually, it's gonna be really hard because drawing on the map is not that easy. So yeah, I'm gonna probably have to use these tokens here. Okay, so first I need to lock it down. I need to name it cave system, and then I have to get it on the map. Bear with me, it is a bit clunky, but what can I do? Oops. Okay, let's get back a bit. Actually, I'm just gonna stop video here and do that so we don't spend too much time on this. So yeah, I done this off screen. I roll dice. You first roll for the country, then you roll for to see what kind of a site you have found. You have a chart table with 10 spaces. So this is what I have. I have a cave system in Italy, in my country of origin. I have ruins in Poland, and I have another ruins in Russia. So that's the sites I can explore right now, right from the start. So let's actually go to the one that is closest to me, because it's gonna cost me it's not gonna cost me anything basically to come there. Let me explain how the cost goes. So whenever you have to travel somewhere, you have to buy food and supplies, and they cost $30, and that's basically all food and supplies you need. But that's $30 per week of your travel. Now when you're traveling, let's say I'm traveling from Italy to Russia, you're gonna count how many countries, adjacent countries, you have to pass through uh, to get to your destination. So from Italy I have to pass, these are the Balkans, then I can actually go to Russia because it is connected, so it's not gonna cost me too much. That's 1 week, 2 weeks, so I'm gonna need to spend $60 for one-way trip. But if I want to go back, I also have to buy supplies to get back. It's another $60. So just to travel from Italy to Russia, I'm gonna need $120. Another thing is important. You need to check can you get to that country. So for instance, Russia you can get by road, railroad, or air. Now if I want to use roads, I actually have to have some carts and lorries. I have them, so I'm fine. But if I don't have any cars and lorries, I can use railroads. Now the problem with when you don't have something that's gonna store your items, whatever you find there, you're gonna have to sell there on site, and the prices are not always the same. So for instance, you have a default prices appraised when the prices are much better for your relics or artifacts, and the low prices. And let me check on this map. You actually have to find a buyer and then sell everything. As you can see, available actions in Europe, I actually have to search for relic buyer, I have to search for artifact buyer, and that costs some days, and these are the prices I'm going to get. Well, whatever I sell to the mob, I get appraised prices, so it is better for me that whatever I find there, carry it back with my lorries or whatever I have and sell it from my warehouse to the mob directly, because they're gonna give me a best price. That's the another thing when you're working for the mob, they also give you really good price on the stuff you find. So yeah, that is set. So now it is time. So I decided to go to these cave systems here in Italy, so I don't have to actually buy actually I have to buy supplies, but only for 1 week, and that's gonna cover everything. Whenever you are in the same country, just buy for 1 week. So that's $30, and let's spend that immediately. So minus 30, so I'm on $740 right now. That's my current bank account. Alright, that's not bad. So I already bought everything I wanted to buy. Now it's time to go to the cave system, and this is how the dungeon crawling works. You have this deck of cards, and the first thing you're gonna do, you're gonna shuffle the deck and draw your destiny card. This is important. Oh, I got a 4 of diamonds. because you can use your destiny to try to change some roles or to push your luck but a bit further. I'm gonna explain how that works later. The rest of the cards you're gonna make your cave system, because each card's gonna be some kind of encounter, either combat encounter or encounter of maybe you're gonna find some traps or you need to test something. So let me just check for the cave system. That is 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, plus d6 cards. So I'm gonna roll a d6. Got 2, so 2 more cards. And that's how many cave system I'm gonna check have rooms. Actually have 6 rooms. So I'm gonna shuffle this and I'm gonna leave the rest of the deck close by because we're gonna use it during a game. So this is my, let's actually put this here. This is my rooms, and this is my starting location. Just make a one small 4x4 room with 1 door. That's basically your entrance. And then on this I'm gonna draw map as I draw cards. So important thing, the first thing you're gonna always do on your first turn, you're gonna explore. So when you're exploring, it is considered that all your party members are with you. So it's not just me exploring, it's also Didimo and Gianni is also with me. Although I can split the group if I want to, but you always command your allies, so they can't do stuff on their own. I'm gonna actually do turns for them. Each turn consists 1 action, so exploration is a group action, so everybody doing it together if we are together, and we are not split, so we're doing that. It's simple. Just draw a card, flip it, and see what color, what value is, and sometimes even the suit is really important. So the black ones are encounters, but not the enemy encounters. Also, whenever you draw a black card, you're just gonna place it on the pile with the black cards. Whenever you draw a red card, those are the combat encounters, you're gonna place it on the red pile. And these piles are gonna increase in game, and it's important later because one is the passage of time, one is the how much problematic your enemy is going to be. So how do we do the rest? Well, there is a chart in the book, but I actually made all the rooms you can find in this little bag. So I need to find a I think this is the one. Let me check quickly. Usually you would just go through the table. Yes. So for every ace of diamond or of the club, I'm gonna look in the book and this is my first room I actually found in the game system. It is a ceremony hall. It says a very large hall that is split by columns into few segments and the altar in the middle. Exit doors are considered locked unless party leader rolls 5+ with d10. If you find any lever, it is used to open one of the 3 doors, the one that is across the entry. So let's actually draw this. So right from the start in this cave I found a ceremony hall. So basically how you're going to do this, you're going to take your pencil and you're going to draw it. Well, I'm going to do the best I can. So let's see, let's actually use lines. So I need 3 like this. That's it, doors are there. 2 like this. Yep. 3 like this, and this is that ceremony hall. And it also has some doors here. Let's see, here and here. So all the doors are considered locked unless I roll a 5+. I roll a 7, so all the doors are unlocked. So we can move through any door we want. If I find any lever, I can also unlock any of the 3 doors, usually this one here. So after I perform an action, if there was any enemies, don't have any, so nothing happened. What would actually happen would be a place when the encounter happens. This is the time when you would actually go into the book, find 8 space and see what kind of encounter it is. Now I don't have everything written, I have only few things, so let me check, because you know there's lots of stuff I need to write about these little short stories and so on. Alright, so encounter in this room is that we found lots of remains of dead bodies or whatever it is, whatever they were doing there. And now we have to test, everybody have to test our courage. That's one of our attributes. And whoever failed the test, it is a test of, let me check, 14, oh my god. So it is the test of 14. So whoever fails the test is gonna take 1 mental damage. Now, let me show you something. So, when you have a sanity of 2, you can suffer up to 2 mental damage. Whenever you suffer more mental damage, you're gonna get, well, you're not going to get insane, you're just gonna get the mental breakdown and you're gonna get the condition. The problem with the allies, they're actually not gonna get the condition, they're gonna get insane immediately. So it will really be bad for them if they fail. While I can actually suffer 4 and then I'm gonna get condition, and then if I next time, then you just remove all your mental damage since you have a condition, and then when I suffer again 4 maybe some other time, I'm gonna get insane. So you need to watch for your sanity damage. Also, we can, whenever you want, we can actually turn back and finish with that. So the first thing we need to do is to check our courage. So let's see. Whenever you have to check for something, you're gonna roll d10, you're gonna add your attribute, and I need to get 14 or more. Actually, yeah, 14 or more. Wow, I actually can't pass this even if I roll 10. So here's the deal. These are my options. If, let's say, I roll this and I actually can pass, you can do a reroll if you strain yourself. I have a strain tokens here. Let me show you how they look like. So you can do a reroll with the strain token, but in my case my reroll will not help me that much, because the only way I can actually pass is if I roll d10. The other way you can pass the test, if you're in a situation like this, is if you test your destiny. Now, when you test your destiny and succeed, you're gonna pass the test immediately, basically. You just pass the test and everything is okay. How do you pass the destiny test? Well, you see this deck of cards that we left here, you're gonna use it. So whenever I draw, I either have to draw larger number than my current destiny, so I need the 5, 6, 7 and so on, or same suit. If I do that, that's gonna become my new destiny card, and from now on, whenever I need to test my destiny again, well, I'm gonna just look at my new card. But if I fail a destiny, you actually open the book and there is a passages there depending on the cards you draw when your destiny failed, and usually something very bad happens. Well, I don't have that book right now, but I'm just gonna show you how that works. So I can't pass this. Well, actually, nah, screw it. I'm gonna just take 1 mental damage. So let's just make 1 strike here. I'm gonna test destiny right now. I'm gonna keep that for later. Alright, so let's go to my allies. This guy has a courage of 4, so if he rolled d10. Oh, wait, I forgot something. Yeah, completely. Before you roll, you can ask any of your allies or characters to help you out. They add your competence to your roll plus whatever you have, but only half of it, rounded down. So right now I could ask like Didimo for help, and his competence is 3, half by that would be just 1, plus my courage. I would actually could pass, but I need a straight 10, but I'm not gonna ask him. What I'm going to do, since my competence is 5, I can help Didimo out, but I can't help other people, so you can do it only once per test. So right now my competence is 5, so half would be 2. So adding 2 to his roll and plus his courage. So let's see for Dynamo. Oh, that's really bad roll. That's a 3 plus 2, that's a 5. And plus his courage, that's only 9. So he's gonna take 1 mental wound. Out of 2. And now I can, yeah, I'm just gonna roll for Giovanni too. Yeah, he also failed. So yeah, 5 plus 9, that's not gonna help him out. So everybody from my group just got really scared from the remains and stuff they found there. But now, since we are, oops, I'm not gonna actually keep this here. Since we passed those tests, we can do some actions. So I'm thinking to do a search action. I think that's the best thing we can do, or we can just continue exploring. But yeah, we need to find some artifacts and stuff like that. So let me do my search action. Just find the chart. Just a second, sorry. Okay. So when you are searching, you're gonna roll d10 and add your competence to it. My competence is 5, so I would be the best one to search this room. And you can search room only once. When you do it, you just make some kind of mark or X that the room is searched and nothing else can be found there. Let me just show you how that works. So d10 plus 5. Wow, 1 plus 5, that's a 6. But I have an observant skill, so I can actually reroll this, and I think I'm going to do that. Oh, I got a 10. Plus 5, that's a 13, and plus roll on the loot chart. Okay, loot chart is actually pretty good because I can get all kind of things. So let's see. 5 trinkets. So I found some trinkets on the floor. So that's a d10 plus d6 in dollars. So let's do these two and see how much of trinkets I have found. $12, nothing special. Okay, I'm just gonna write that down in my inventory that I found $12. Oh, actually, wait, what am I doing? I can write it like this. Trinkets, 12 bucks. Well, nothing special so far. Alright, I'm gonna stop here because the video is gonna be too long, but in the next video I'm gonna go through the whole dungeon because it took me so much time to explain how things work for now. Also, in the time of the next video I'm gonna have more things at least write down in my notebooks, so we can have some because encounters are not finished. Lots of here is not finished. That's just the bare bone game with the models right now. So anyway, thanks for watching and see you in the next episode. Goodbye.